decided to wear red in honor of DoorDash. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. I am Kimberly of KimberlyYarbo.com, and I wanted to come to you guys with another DoorDash video. I did a DoorDash video maybe about 6 months or so ago, and my audience responded really well to it. And there were a lot of questions in the comments, and I've been answering all of those questions, but I thought maybe let's do another video. And in this video, I want to give you 5 reasons why I think DoorDash is good to do, and hopefully go into a little more detail that I did not go into in the last video. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first reason is obvious, that you can make some extra cash. If you need some extra income, just some side kick it money, then it could be good. Or I would say, even if you're a teenager who has access to a car or a bike where you can deliver, you can make some pretty good money with DoorDash. Now keep in mind, this is a 1099 job. So a lot of people were asking about taxes and how it worked with taxes and wear and tear on car and all that stuff. You are responsible for paying taxes on that income. So at the end of the year, you'll get a 1099. If you make over $600 for the entire year, you will get a 1099. And that is kind of like a W-2, but they do not take out taxes. So they're going to tax you on that money at that time. Now, you will be allowed to do a lot of deductions because you'll be able to claim a business on a Schedule C. You're going to have to pay taxes on it. So if you make $20, it's not really $20 at the end of the day. Okay, and then I was also asked about gas and wear and tear on cars. So how does that come into the money that you'll be making with DoorDash? I never really calculate how much gas I'm spending, compared to how much I normally would. But I do keep up with my mileage. I use the app Stride to keep up with my mileage because that is something that you can claim on your taxes at the end of the year. So I would advise you do keep up with your mileage either by writing it down or using an app to keep up with it. So the second reason that I think DoorDash is a great thing to do is because you can start right away. There's not a whole lot with the application process. The way it works is you're gonna sign up online, and you'll give them all the info they ask for. It's usually just name, they want to know driver's license info, address, bank account, stuff like that. I think you don't even put your bank account in at that time. I think the process took, when I signed up, I can't remember. I know it was less than 2 weeks. In 1 to 2 weeks, you can be up and running and making money with DoorDash. So that's a good thing about it. You get to start right away. Now, there's an orientation process, but everyone does not have to do the orientation process. I did. They had a facility near my home that I could drive to and do an orientation process. But some people, they just get their stuff in the mail, like their red card that pays for the food when you need to pay for food. They get the red debit card, the bag, and the t-shirt, which you may or may not have to pay for. I guess it just depends. I found that out because I paid for mine, but some people were saying they got that for free. So I guess it would just depend. I don't know what it depends on, but you'll get that stuff in the mail in some cases, and in some cases you'll go to orientation. And I am not sure if this is optional for everyone or if it's optional depending on where you live. That I'm not sure of. However, if you're pretty much used to running apps on your phone, you can figure out the DoorDash app. It's not that difficult. I would say it's good to go to orientation, but not necessary, because you can get all of your questions answered in person if you go to an orientation, and it only takes about 15-20 minutes. It's not long at all. I would say if you have the opportunity to go to an in-person orientation, just go ahead and go. All right, and number 3, you can set your own schedule. To me, this was the biggest thing about DoorDash that I loved, is that I could set my own schedule. Because I don't want to be, like, say if you got a retail job after work or a fast food job or whatever, you'd have to be on their schedule. Like, we need you to work 5 to 9 on Tuesday, 3 to 6 on Saturday, whatever. I just want the mood to strike me. Okay, I feel like doing DoorDash, get up, go do DoorDash. Or I don't feel like doing it today, I'm not gonna do it. Sometimes I'll just make a quick run on my lunch break and do one delivery, and bam, made like $10 on my lunch break. Now, with that said, DoorDash does have a schedule that you could set up for yourself. So the way it works is there's two ways you can dash. You can do what's called Dash Now, or you can put yourself on the schedule. I never put myself on the schedule, but to put yourself on the schedule, you just go in, pick the area that you're going to be servicing, and pick the time and date that you want to do it. Normally, you can do this as soon as 30 minutes before you want to work. Sometimes it'll be a little later, but usually whenever I see the schedule, I can always schedule myself for within the next 30 minutes to an hour. So you can schedule yourself that way, or you can do what's called Dash Now. Now with Dash Now, that is when they need available drivers. They don't have enough drivers on the road, so they want to get more people out there to deliver. So they'll allow people to just randomly sign on at any time without being on the schedule. So if you're asking, then why would I ever schedule myself? Why wouldn't I just always Dash Now? Because Dash Now is not always available. It's not 100% guaranteed to always be available. When you log into the app, if the areas are grayed out, then you are not allowed to Dash Now because they have all the drivers they need at that time. If the area is red or pinkish or orange or whatever you see, it's like a reddish pink color. If it's that color, then you can Dash Now in that area. So you'll just click the area you want, put yourself on, and you're ready to go. But every time, like say, if you feel like dashing at 3 o'clock on a Saturday and you say, okay, I'm going to just Dash Now, it may not be available for you to Dash Now. So in that case, it would be great to put yourself on the schedule ahead of time if you know you're going to want to work during that time. But in the times that I've decided that I want to dash and Dash Now wasn't available, I just didn't dash. And one more thing I want to add, because a lot of people were saying in the comments how they don't make a lot of money and I worked this time and that time and I didn't make this. It's really important that you choose to work when people want food delivered. If you try to work at maybe 3 or 4 on a Sunday, no one's eating at that time. No one's probably going to want food delivered. Some people, but it's not going to be jumping. So try to work during the times where you know, okay, people are going to be eating dinner, they're going to be eating lunch. Weekends for breakfast is good because people like to have their breakfast delivered on the weekend, so that's a good time. Of course, lunchtime and dinner time. So if you're out at like 2 a.m. and restaurants are open, not many restaurants are open at that time, but you're trying to dash at 2 a.m., probably not going to get a whole lot of orders. Okay, and let's move on to the number 4 reason that I think you should do DoorDash. It is peaceful, stress-free, and no bosses. So if you like being on your own, being alone, being by yourself, it is a nice, peaceful job. Like when I'm driving and I'm just going from place to place, I just feel this sense of calm and peaceness come over me. You don't have anybody harping on you to do anything, nobody watching over your shoulder. You're free to roam about as you will. So I like the freedom and the stress-free. I mean, how stressful can it be? You pick up the food, you take the food. It's really not that stressful. It can get a little bit frustrating sometimes when the restaurants don't have the food ready and you have to wait on the order. I know that can get frustrating, but that is few and far between. It doesn't happen with every order. So, and I tend to get to the restaurants early most of the time for whatever reason, so I'm usually waiting anyway, but I have plenty of time to deliver in between. So yeah, peaceful. And number 5 is you get paid on a weekly basis and you can cash out daily. So I have never done the cash out daily, but apparently you can put in your bank account info, and after 7 days of your first time putting in your bank account info or changing it, you can get your money, you can cash your money out on a daily basis if you want to. Like the end of your shift, if you want to cash out, you can go ahead and cash out. I think there may be a small fee to do that, but I'm not exactly sure. I've never done it before. But if that's something you need to do on a certain day, you can go ahead and cash out that day. But there is a 7-day grace period to wait once you first add your bank account info for that. And that's for security purposes. So, yep. Now, as far as regular payment, you get paid once a week. The pay period is from Monday to Sunday. And normally the direct deposit hits on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on your bank. I think with my bank it would hit on Tuesday. I think it hits on Tuesday. So whatever you do from Monday through Sunday, you'll get that money the following Tuesday. So every week you get your direct deposit, and they pay through direct deposit, so you'll have to link up a checking or savings account or wherever you can get your money directly deposited, and that's how you get paid. And as far as how much you get paid, I touched on this a little bit in the last video, but I really can't say. It depends on so many factors. It depends on where you're delivering, how much you're delivering, what restaurant you're delivering, if the people tip, the area you're in. It depends on so many factors, but on average, like I said in the last video, and it's still pretty much the same, I was averaging back then about $13 to $16 an hour, and it's pretty much the same. I've never made, I think maybe once or twice I've made $20 in an hour, but it's rare. If you need some extra cash to kick around, to get your hair done, get your nails done, whatever, you know, just, hey, I'd like a couple $100 a week, I think it's great. But keep in mind, you're not going to be balling out of control with DoorDash. You're just not going to do it. Nope, you're just not going to do it. All right, guys, so I'm going to have my link in the description box. If you want to give DoorDash a try, I would really appreciate it if you would sign up with my link. When you use my link, you will get a bonus sign-on of $50. The amount varies. Sometimes it goes up and down, but normally it's about $50 at the time of this video. The bonus amount is $50, so that link will be in the description box below. And if you have any questions about DoorDash, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I try to answer every single comment. I definitely read every comment, and I do answer every single comment. If it's a question, I answer. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope this video was helpful in helping you make a decision on whether you want to do DoorDash or not. And I will see you in the next video.